everybody, it's Kelly, and I'm back with another two-page Tuesday layout, which is just what I happen to call the series when I do two-page layouts. So I have all these photos of one of my grandsons when we spent the day at the park. His mama had his little sister, and older brother was in school, so it was just the two of us, and it was the first time that he and I have ever just done something on our own, so it was definitely scrap worthy from my perspective. So that striped paper there is from the new Simple Stories Little Dude collection, as is pretty much everything that I'm going to use today. There's only, I think, one thing that isn't from Little Dude, or two things maybe. So I'll let you know if it's not. That striped paper is the superhero paper, and then I really wanted something behind each of those photos, but I tried it with, and I picked the paper before I started this. Sometimes you see that process. In this particular case you didn't. I tried it on navy, but the right photos blended too much. I tried it on red, but it was too screaming for some reason. So then I went looking for green, and this collection didn't have a solid green in it. So I grabbed this went to my little green file of paper, miscellaneous. I call them faux solid papers. And if you want to see how I store them, you can check my playlist for, I think, Scrapbook Room or Scrapbook Organization. My room tour's in there. Anyway, that heart paper, green heart paper, is from Bella Boulevard, the Lovey Dovey collection, and it's the Borders and Blocks collection. And I think that's a much older collection, but I got it at a Scrapbook Expo in like a grab bag of papers. And really, I didn't love what was in the grab bag. A lot of them were much older papers and looked kind of old, and you know, that's fine. I use kind of old things, but it was an old style, I guess, that I don't use anymore. But if you did, it was an awesome thing. I think my style has changed to be more clean and graphic than it used to be. All right, so anyway, I am going to put these photos down in two strips, and then I have two almost 4x4 photos and another almost 4x6 photo. So I just kind of arranged the 4x6 photos that kind of went together in groups on the top of each page, and then the two 4x4s are part of the story with the 4x6s above, and then that the picture of him in the swing with his nook, which we're all trying to get rid of. It kind of goes with the rest of the playground where he was going down the slide. So, and the colors are a little bit off on that slide photo. I have a hard time taking those with my iPhones because the colors just don't work out well. All right, so there are all the photos, and I did go back and forth about whether I was going to put them below the green paper or on top of it, and I decided I didn't like the gap between, so I am going to put them right below the other photos. There you go, and I like how that green paper also kind of picks up on the lining of his jacket, so it really emphasizes him in the photos, you know, in all the photos, which is obviously that, you know, that's where we want our focus to be, right? Because we're documenting the things in the photos. Just getting down a little bit more with my ATG there. Now, I had grabbed a couple of different washi tapes that I thought might work with these photos, and I grabbed this one. It's an older washi tape, so I'm not quite sure where it's from. I think it might be from Michael's, from an actual, you know, part of their Recollection series, from one of their actual Christmas releases, but this is older. Most of my washi tape is. All right, so I'm just going to get that down, lined up there. And I like how it brings that red. And remember, I said I looked at red papers, so I just like that little extra there. All right, now I am looking at the die cuts from that Simple Stories Little Dude collection, and they are called Bits and Pieces. So it's the Simple Stories Little Dude Bits and Pieces. And I'm just going to grab a few things that I think I might want to use on the layout. That little cutie pie speech bubble is one of them. I like that let's go on an adventure, and I like it up on that side because the photos on the right are so dark, so I like having that little bit of darkness to balance off those photos on the right. Now before I do the photos on the left, I know that I want to use some sort of journaling spot on the right side of that photo there on the right page. So I thought about a 4x4, and then I realized that I didn't like how short and choppy that is, how it felt. So I looked at the 4x6 cards, and I found this gold one, and I really like it. So that cut apart card came from the Simple Stories Little Dude 4x6 Elements. And what I'm going to do is, it felt too wide if I put the full card there. But if I tacked part of it under, I liked how that looked. So I ended up having to peel back my photo a little bit. The ATG can be a little bit forgiving, but not for very long. You have to get it up pretty quickly. And I'm just careful, and then I just glue it all back down. All right, then I knew I wanted to use some sort of black alpha here. And again, the reason I'm doing that for the title is that it's going to balance the darkness of the photos on the right, because I decided I wanted my title to go to the left in that spot, kind of right below the cutie pie die cut there. This alpha is a chipboard alpha, and it is from the American Craft Stickers collection. It's the Hipster Alpha in black, and I believe that came from one of the Chamel collections and one of her older collections. I don't remember which one. And then one of the reasons I'm looking at the title right away now is I wanted to get that cutie pie die cut positioned, but I couldn't do that until I knew what the title, not what the title was going to be. I was going to call it Just You, but you'll see me change my mind here in just a second, because it was just him. And I think I lived really risky here, and I did not glue down the chipboard with my ATG. I'll do that a lot of times, but I did not do it this time. So again, that black is balancing the top right, and that's one of the things is when you do a two-page layout is you want to make sure that it's balanced across the full spread. And so I like to lay my pages right next to each other when I'm doing that. Now, as I was just finishing up, I saw the ampersand there, and I thought, oh, that would be kind of a cool element. So I'm going to make the title of this now Just You and Me. And I think the E the backing came off funny here, so I'm going to actually glue that one down. And again, I like how dark that ampersand is because it's balancing. I have really learned to enjoy doing two-page layouts, you guys, so thanks very much. For a couple of years ago, I asked about things you wanted to see, and that was one of the things that was mentioned. So I like being pushed to do that. There are occasions where I take way more than one or two photos. A lot of times one or two photos are what represents an occasion or the smaller stories within an occasion. But sometimes, like this day, I just want them all on the same layout. So that means two-page layout for me. And I like thinking differently than just the one-pagers that I do often. All right, so I just grabbed a puffy sticker there, that Red Heart puffy sticker, and that came from the Simple Stories Little Dude puffy stickers. And then I do have that chipboard You Rock phrase there. That came from the chipboard stickers from Little Dude. And now I am looking at these sticker sheets here, and that came from the 4x6 stickers. I'm going to move that You Rock because once I put that sticker up in the top right that says Play Hard Kiddo, it threw the balance off with the You Rock. And then I found, just because it was they were both kind of dark, So then I found that So Rad sticker. Or actually it's a die cut, sorry. It's from the Bits and Pieces. And now I'm just going through those 4x6 stickers, trying to figure something out. I'm just seeing what there is. It's the first time I've used this collection, so I'm just looking to see what's available and what might work on the layout. It's often intimidating for me the first time I use something because there's so much of it. I found that little truck, and we didn't play with trucks then, we did when we got home, so that's just a little reminder of the day. I like including little things like that on the layout that really probably only speak to me, but I'm okay with that. And he's a boy, he likes trucks. This guy is definitely all boy. I did, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I did add that puffy sticker on the Play Hard Kiddo too. That came from the Little Dude collection. All right, then I wanted something else on top of that So Rad sticker, so I found that red chipboard star from the chipboard stickers from the collection. And now I'm kind of looking at other chipboard pieces that I could use here, other chipboard stars. So I found that orange one to go up there. So now each of the areas has, well, the U-Rock doesn't, but the other areas with the die cuts have a little something dimensional in them. Then I'm going back to the 4x6 stickers from the collection here, and I'm looking at these word strips. That one right there says never stop exploring, and they're just little messages to him from me. And they're just kind of a nice little white, they lighten everything up here. That one that I'm working on right now says little boys are just superheroes in disguise, which I love. And then this one right here says extreme awesome. So there's a little trio of those white stickers to lead your eye through the layout as well. You know, the clusters will help with that. And so will those word strips. And I do like the words, you know, strips of words, but I forget to put them on layouts often. So I'm glad they worked out so well and so easily here. All right, so now I want something else. I tapped that U-Rock. It feels too plain to me because there's a star up there, and I thought I needed to scatter maybe some enamel dots across this. So I'm looking at colors here, and I didn't take long to decide that I was going to use these Doodlebug sprinkles in the limeade glitter. And I haven't used many of these. I love the color, but they're glittery, so I don't know why that stops me from using them, but it does. So I'm going to add at least one of those in each of the little small areas of embellishment. I kind of like this because I didn't add exactly the same number, nor the same size. They're all different sizes scattered through here, and some of the places have two, some have just one, some have two small, some have one small, so kind of fun the way that worked out. Something a little different. And even though the paper behind all of this is really busy, you really see the photos. So love the way this turned out. Anyway, here's the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you guys are all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye.